Sure. So first thing I would say is zero trust is an evolution, not a revolution. Federal government customers are already doing a lot of what's entailed in a zero trust architecture. The Continuous Diagnostic and Mitigation Program, CDM, is a good example of that. So if you look at the larger context, previous paradigms like defense in depth, haven't served us well, noting that, some of the big breaches in the federal government and in the private sector, where we assumed a hard perimeter, everything on the outside was untrusted, potentially bad, everything on the inside of that perimeter was trusted and assumed to be good. That didn't work, or doesn't work anymore, because where we used to have a perimeter that was defined by a local area network or a campus or a building, now it's gotten way more complex with the cloud, bring your own devices, remote offices. It's a borderless enterprise network now. So we have to evolve to take that into account. The idea being that everything is considered to be untrusted until it's verified with its credentials, the person and the device, and that we want to give limited access to our resources, primarily our data, based on a need to know. We want to continuously validate those things so that we avoid a breach, or if there is a breach, and credentials probably eventually will be compromised one way or another, we can quickly detect that breach and take remedial action so there isn't a lot of damage. So that's how I would define zero trust. And I do think it's important to emphasize that it continues to evolve. NIST came out with their 800-207 document, and in that document, draft responses went in November of last year. So there'll probably be another draft out in another few months, and that may not be the last draft. So it continues to evolve, and it'll be a phased implementation. But the good news is federal agencies through CDM and other efforts are already on that path.